Let's face it, our lives are now an endless scroll. And while your worth isn't measured in likes, for many Gen Z, it feels like it is. Behind the filters and viral trends lies a growing mental health crisis, where validation is a currency and clout comes at an emotional cost. Social media has changed how we connect, but it's also transformed how we see ourselves and others. Gen Z is the most digitally connected generation in history, immersed in a 24/7 online culture that revolves around the need for social validation, measured in likes, shares, and followers. But with constant connectivity comes constant comparison. Think of it like being at a party where everyone is showing off their best dance moves and you're just trying not to trip. Gen Z doesn't just use social media, they live on it. It's where they learn, laugh, connect, and sometimes cry. Every like feels like a high five, but every lack of interaction can feel like rejection.
Social media is an addictive, we look at it as an addictive substance. So you choose over and over and over. So imagine how many hits of, that dopamine or high you keep getting. And your mind, every time you go through a sense of pleasure, appreciation, acceptance, it registers it more, and you will want to get a higher level of appreciation. And if you don't receive it, then your self-worth or how you view yourself gets dented.
In Kenya, average screen time for young people rivals that of their global peers, clocking in at over 7 hours a day. That's more time than many spend sleeping. For some, it's a creative outlet, but for others, social media feels like a battleground. A 2024 survey by Geopol found that 43% of Kenyan youth admit to feeling anxious after using social media for extended periods.
Especially with this infinite scrolling with social media, it's really going to affect your mental health. Social media is good. It educates you, empowers you, and also entertains you. But it's very important that you have limits. You get me? Kuna watu unapata nowadays that people are getting depressed. Even someone is just depressed, just by the mere fact that you've been watching a lot of negative news.
The rise of clout chasing, pursuing attention, fame, or validation online has added another dimension. It's a modern-day gold rush, with users chasing viral moments, sponsorship deals, and follower counts as measures of success. Clout chasing has led to some of the wildest viral trends. But this chase isn't without its consequences. While some gain fame and fortune, others find themselves caught in embarrassing or dangerous situations.
Make your last prayers kabla niende. We muniombe tu bana, mimi naenda. Nasikia nikasi na uso na furafura kila manzi, nimedishi spider bana manzi, this is happening to my whole face, man.
But with every viral post comes a question. At what cost?
When someone creates a standard of being, they then put so much pressure on themselves to keep up with that persona they've created. Remember, it could be an unreal persona. It is a staged persona. So you have people struggling with what? They're struggling with anxiety. They're struggling with self-esteem. Okay? They're struggling with imposter syndrome challenges. And when the validation lacks from social media, they then do not feel motivated or as if they are whole, because their self-esteem is fueled by extrinsic validation, not intrinsic validation. So you find that this person is not balanced to make decisions and to live an authentic life.
But it's not all doom and gloom. There is hope. And it starts with recognizing the power of balance.
I want us to imagine going to a library, A library has, thousands of topics and books and literature that is there. So you need to access the library with a purpose. What is useful for you, what's not useful for you, and your brand at the end of the day. Because remember, whatever you post will remain in the records for the rest of your life, for generations to come. That creates your own history.
At the end of the day, the likes fade, the trends pass. It's time to flip the script and redefine success, not in likes, but in moments that truly matter. Because the best version of you isn't for the gram, it's the one thriving in the real world.